Karoline Leavitt did something amazing yesterday. She's 27 years old, the youngest person ever to be the White House press secretary. She held her first briefing, and take a look at this picture. What do you see? In fact, the operative question is, what don't you see? You don't see a binder this thick with plastic crosstabs and scripts and monologues and statements that have been market tested and voted on and approved and pre-written for her to read. You don't see anything that we just saw from the circle back Jen Psaki and the box checking Karine Jean-Pierre. She's got a few pieces of paper with some notes and some statements. And then she's just got her brain, her wits, her intelligence, her skills, her ability. She only checks a box or two, not nearly as many boxes as Karine Jean-Pierre. But boy, oh boy, did she perform magnificently. Look, ma, no hands. Screw that. Look, ma, no binders. She kicked ass yesterday, and we want to show you some of our favorite parts. Here she is.
Since you brought up Truth Seek, I would like to point out, while I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House. So yes, I will hold myself to the truth, and I expect everyone in this room to do the same.
Thank you. What a great moment where someone arrogantly says, should we expect you to tell the truth to us every single day? First of all, let's be clear. I hate to put it this way, but White House spokespeople in general, whether they work for a politician, a government agency, or for a major corporation, their job isn't necessarily always to tell you 100% the truth. Their job is to deliver facts, but also, let's face it, spin them on behalf of whatever entity that they work for. But when a reporter says to the White House spokesperson, are you going to tell us the truth from that podium every day? Karoline Leavitt basically answered the way I would answer if I had that job, which is, you go first. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. You want me to tell the truth every day? I'll tell you what, I watch you every day. Are you going to do the same? That would be a great moment if that ever happened. And to that end, reporters seem to have major trouble understanding the fact that people who are illegal aliens, who break our border security and immigration laws, are in some way actually lawbreakers when they're in this country. They were very concerned that people that don't have long, violent criminal records were also being deported. Now, we'll get to the details as to why that may be happening, but Karoline Leavitt was very good at explaining the English language to some of these reporters yesterday.
Can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
God, I'm sorry. That is so cathartic to see. How beautiful is that? That may be my new ringtone. That's how much I may go to sleep tonight listening to that on a loop next to my pillow. It was so beautifully stated. And again, she didn't have to read it from a binder. It's so short. Let's watch it again.
Can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
That is exactly what they are. Now, I just want to explain one more time, if you're just joining this show today, I have repeated it a couple of times, but in a normal raid, in a normal attempt for ICE to deport somebody who has broken the law criminally, if there's no sanctuary city laws, those people will be held in a jail, and then ICE will show up and they'd transfer custody, and then ICE would handle them. But because in Massachusetts and New York, Illinois, Michigan, California, Oregon, Washington, God knows wherever they've got their sanctuary laws, these criminals, after they're arrested, are set free into the neighborhoods, immigrant neighborhoods. And so then ICE has to go and show up and knock on the door and say, yeah, you murderer, you're coming with us. And by the way, who are you? What are you doing here with the murderer? And what are you doing here with this pedophile? Hey, let's see your paperwork too. Oh, you're here illegally as well? Well, come with me. Oh, but I haven't broken the law. Yes, you have. You're in the country illegally. Come with me. That's what's happening right now. But the people in that room, you know, the people that have a journalism degree, apparently you have to have a journalism degree to not understand that breaking the law means that you're a lawbreaker. It's weird how a journalism degree doesn't also come with a basic understanding of the English language. But there you have it. I'm glad Karoline Leavitt is there to inform them, educate them, and instruct them on basic things like this. All right. Do you want more? I want more. Here she is.
DOGE and OMB have actually found that there was $37 million that was about to go out the door to the World Health Organization, which is an organization, as you all know, that President Trump, with the swipe of his pen in that executive order, is no longer wants the United States to be a part of. So that wouldn't be in line with the president's agenda. DOGE and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money.
Condoms in Gaza. Condoms in Gaza. $50 million. You were spending $50 million. Joe Biden made sure that you were spending $50 million to provide condoms in Gaza. Now, last time I checked, I was told that Gaza is a war zone, that the place is, it's a genocide. People are getting wiped out. I don't know how they're finding time in their lives to do the nasty. But apparently that was a priority for the last administration. And everyone's screaming yesterday about this freeze on NGOs and money that's going to these things and grants. First of all, it's just a freeze, okay? If you're a good group and you're a good organization and it's worthy, and then you'll get your money. But everyone was screaming about Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels, Meals on. My understanding is that Meals on Wheels federally, nationally gets about $5 million. That's a lot of money. Don't worry about it. It's $5 million. Compare that to the $50 million for condoms in Gaza. See, but the way the people in that room, the reporters in that room think, it's like, okay, you sure, we're on board. Okay, you've got a point. 50 million for rubbers in Gaza. That's probably a problem. But you can't freeze that money because you also freeze $5 million for Meals on Wheels. All right, well, Meals on Wheels is fine. Okay, Meals on Wheels is not going to get their money frozen. But the way Washington thinks is you got to keep all of it. You can't freeze it because then Meals on Wheels. And that's how these things happen. That's how you end up with $50 million given to terrorists. Hamas condoms. What a beautiful thing. My friend Kurt Schlichter, I was talking to him earlier today about this, and Kurt Schlichter claims that we know for a fact that that money was not spent on the Magnum size condoms because terrorists, Hamas. I didn't say it. Kurt Schlichter said it. So that makes it okay. All right, a little bit more from Karoline Leavitt, shall we? By the way, before we even play this clip, look at that room. Do you know what the press briefing room was looking like in the final year of the Biden administration? It was half full. Now I know everyone's like, oh, it's the first day. It's the first day. No, it's more than just that. The reporters now recognize and understand that they're going to learn, they're going to hear things. They're going to get information. They're not going to be lied to. They're not going to have somebody, you know, the last press secretary with the one with the kinky hair and the really tight curls. She was like it was cute. It was a very nice mop top look. I liked that. It was the best thing about her. And the funky clothes, right? Interesting, though, the one thing that she didn't have going for her, Karine Jean-Pierre, is that she never met with the president. She rarely met with or talked to the president. She's the White House spokesperson. She showed up every day to read from her pre-programmed binder full of notes and information about what she was supposed to say on behalf of the White House without ever having the benefit of talking to the president. She's the president's spokesperson, and she never actually spoke to the president, or very rarely. Maybe only when she was dressed up like the Easter Bunny that one time. And so the reporters knew that it was a waste of time to sit in that room. Now look at that room. Look at that room. because they know that there is a new president and there's new transparency, and we actually have a free flow of information between the media and the White House. And you know what? They'll never admit it, but reporters love this, and they hated the last White House. They'll never say it, they'll never tell you, but it's true. All right, let's put this Clay out.
Just real quick, you mentioned the inflation executive order the president signed, but egg prices have skyrocketed since President Trump took office. So what specifically is he doing to lower those costs?
Oh, the egg prices. Oh my God, the egg prices. How many years have we gone without anyone in that room asking any question about grocery prices of the last White House? It was all tied to the president's policies. The price of groceries skyrocketed because of monetary policies, because of spending, because of inflation and interest rates, and energy costs, by the way. Anyone who, again, I swear to God, these reporters don't actually know the news. They don't read their own publications and their own networks' websites to know what's going on in the world. But I bet you know that there is a giant avian flu crisis right now, that thousands of chickens and poultry have had to be destroyed because of avian flu. And that is why the price of eggs have skyrocketed over the last 2 weeks. It has to do with, it probably came from China, by the way, but I don't want to go down that road yet. That's what's going on. It has nothing to do with the president's policy. I love this. Since he took office, so in 1 week, the president has done something to make egg prices go up. Why hasn't he done anything? Because he can't stop the avian flu. All right, I haven't even heard Karoline Leavitt's answer, but I can answer it because this reporter doesn't even follow the news. By the way, do you see this woman wearing white just above where it says 2TO? See the woman wearing white? Is that Scott Pressler in drag? Or is that Caitlin Collins from CNN? I report, you decide. Okay, here we go.
Really glad you brought this up, because there is a lot of reporting out there that is putting the onus on this White House for the increased cost of eggs. I would like to point out to each and every one of you that in 2024, when Joe Biden was in the Oval Office or upstairs in the residence sleeping, I'm not so sure, egg prices increased 65% in this country. We also have seen the cost of everything, not just eggs. Bacon, groceries, gasoline have increased because of the inflationary policies of the last administration. As far as the egg shortage, what's also contributing to that is that the Biden administration and the Department of Agriculture directed the mass killing of more than 100 million chickens, which has led to a lack of chicken supply in this country, therefore a lack of egg supply, which is leading to the shortage.
She literally just explained what came first, the chicken or the egg. And, well, the killing of all of those chickens certainly led to the egg not showing up when you need it most. That was a brilliant performance. She was great. We could have done the entire hour just on Karoline Leavitt yesterday. We wanted to give you our favorite clips. Let me tell you something. This was day one, her first day as a 27-year-old woman. She had to have some butterflies. She had to be a little nervous. She didn't show it. And you know that she's just going to get better from this point forward. Good Lord. What's it going to be like 6 months from now? The way she owned them yesterday, I cannot wait to see what happens further. And maybe, just maybe, the White House press corps will be better for it and be more informed for it and actually do their job. Maybe, sorry, I can't even say it with a straight face. That's never going to happen. But at least Karoline Leavitt will be there to hold them accountable every day. Increased tariffs on our trade partners, tax cuts, regulation changes. We're seeing it all play out before our eyes. And it's another reason why gold is a viable diversification tactic right now more than ever. Now, Birch Gold, which is the only gold company I would dare to endorse, they're releasing their ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. It's got a foreword by Donald Trump Jr., and it's really good reading, and it's yours for free. All you have to do is text my name, Larry, to 989898. Get that free copy along with Birch Gold's free information kit on gold. Larry to 989898. Birch Gold is the company I recommend to help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Did you catch that? No money out of your pocket. These are existing IRAs and 401ks that you currently have that you then convert. Birch Gold is going to help you along the way. Text my name, Larry, to 989898. Get your free copy of the ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. There's no obligation, just information. They've got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They've got thousands of happy customers. You too can turn to Birch Gold. Just text my name, Larry, to 989898. Do that today.